You know, man. Let me tell you all something. When I do my content, it it makes me chuckle, make me laugh because I know y'all see the title, and I can just envision y'all like, oh, oh man, here he go again. And I it's you gotta call a spade a spade. At the end of the day, you know, this whole thing about truth, and my thing is about, concerning truth is, well, what is truth? All right. And truth is whatever your experience in life, what it has formulated and what it has made you to be. That's what truth is. That's your truth. Everybody's truth is different. There's some norms. Water's wet. We can all agree on that. We need air to breathe. I think we can all agree on that. Things like that. But I was like I told you about. I watch a lot of content as of late, and Cynthia G, she's right. Cynthia G is right. Now, in this instance, she's right. But in general, no, I don't agree with a lot of the things she say. But in this instance, she's right, and it caught my eye. See, things have to catch my eye to speak on, which is why I'm going to speak on this. Now, Cynthia G, she did a video about a very talented Darius Leonard that plays for the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. I'm an avid football fan. I'm a 49er fan. I'm still hurting from our loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. Big ups to them. It'll be a long time before they get another trophy. But nevertheless, big ups to them. When I was listening to one of her latest videos about Darius Leonard, and I thought about the concept of the black male athlete, over 6 feet tall, like me, painless. I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", about 235 pounds. Not the biggest dude, but most places I go into, I'm about there I'm one of the tallest, biggest dudes. Generally when I walk out in places. Like I'm recognizable. Like people like, yeah, that guy, yeah. Painless, yeah. I remember seeing that guy, yeah. I remember people can pick me out of a crowd. Like, yeah, I saw the guy, I saw him, painless, beard, yeah. Caramel skin, but dark, not dark, but brown skin, black man. That's painless. Okay. So, I take that in stride, and I say all that to say in terms of stature and letting know my stature. I looked at this brother Darius Leonard in comparison to Cynthia G's video, and she spoke about him as being basically a black man that has complained about his treatment in a certain franchise in America called Chipotle. And I cook my own food. I don't really, but I enjoy Chipotle. Um, but he made a video on his IG, his Instagram, in which he felt in himself that he was discriminated against, and he's married to or engaged to or has a child with a Caucasian woman, in which Cynthia G says is a woman of the dominant race, meaning white people. I said, okay, all right. And when I listened to Cynthia G's video, I listened and I just listened and I said, she's sounding somewhat, correct and exact in her depictions of what he was saying, and it aligned with what I was thinking. I said to myself, well, brother, here you are in South Carolina, and you are with a Caucasian woman, and you've buried children or a child with this Caucasian woman, but yet you still are here complaining about, in Cynthia G's words, the dominant society, which is that of white people having ill will or treating you in a disrespectful fashion. And I said, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. And it get me to think about the big lug, the big black buck. If you all have ever seen this movie or heard of this movie called A Soldier Story, in which you had Soldier Story. It's a classic movie. Some of my viewers may not have heard this movie, but some of my black viewers that are very, we look at things different than, if we're at the barbecue, we're the ones that offer up a different opinion that will perhaps make the DJ stop and say, hey, wait, whoa. What? And that's me. That's painless. Soldier Story, you had Sergeant Waters. You had the brother from in Heat of the Night. I think his name was, some of you all know, Howard Rawlins Jr. I think that was his name. Some of y'all may correct me, please. And on top of that, I see all you guys' comments. I appreciate it. I see them, and I appreciate them again. That's all I have to say on that. But the brother's name was Howard Rawlins Jr. If I'm not, if I'm not correct, if memory serves me correct, I think that was his name. But anyway, he was in this movie called The Soldier Story, and it had this whole, plantation or house Negro versus a field Negro. And one of the brothers in there who, and I forget his name, but his role was he was a great hitter in the prison, not the prison, but in the army, in the segregated army at that time, in which the whole plot was cast around. And I remember Sergeant Waters giving him a hard time. Now Sergeant Waters, I don't know his his name outside of acting, but he starred in what was that movie? He starred in with Whoopi Goldberg and Danny Glover. I can't think of that movie for this because I don't typically watch movies like that. But it was a good movie, and I know some of y'all have put in the comments. But he played Danny Glover's father, and it got me to thinking about the big black male buck athlete. The color purple. Yeah, exactly. The color purple. Sergeant Waters, like I said, I don't know his real name, but he starred. He was Sergeant Waters in The Soldier Story, and he played Danny Glover's father. I think he had like a cameo on the porch, in which Whoopi Goldberg went out and got him an ice cold glass of water while he was sitting on the porch. But yeah, it got, and my thoughts are somewhat all over the place, but it gets me to think about the big black buck athlete. Like you have the LeBron James, you have in this case Darius Leonard, and other athletes. And I'm doing this video on a fly. I just saw Cynthia G's video, and I said I gotta do something. Usually I sit down and gather my thoughts in somewhat coherent, somewhat formulated and structured. But here I'm just flying off the cuff. All right. And I said to myself, what Cynthia G's saying is exact. Now I'm not for all, interracial relationships, it's 2020, you do what you do. I've always said to myself, it's painless, I would prefer a woman that looks like me. That's my preference, which meaning that's what I'm gunning for first. But hey, I'm open. So when you say that you're gunning for someone in terms of that's what your choice selection is, then that's pretty much who you deal with. All right. I've gotten a lot of flack over the years about my preference. And I've done a video and I've said I'm more pro-black than pro-blacks. It's just I have a certain approach to things. And let me just delve into the meat, because I've spoken about 12 minutes. Well, based on my ticker, almost 14 minutes about setting up this video. Look, my days of Mandingo Chronicles are over. And I've delved and I've entertained Mandingo Chronicles. And what painless? What the hell, man? What is Mandingo Chronicles? Mandingo Chronicles is when you are knowingly entertaining other women that are non-black, Hispanic, Caucasian, Asian, and you're entertaining their sexual fantasies of doing things with them and knowing damn well that they won't bring you home to their mothers or their fathers. Now, I look at Darius Leonard. This brother is probably, and I don't know the exact, I gave you my exact measurements. So so far as generally speaking, 6'3", 235. Yeah. Um, this brother's bigger than me, but he's younger than me. And I look at a lot of these young black men, boys, that I would say, that look like grown men, but they don't have the experience. They haven't been around the block. And they get into these types of relationships. And then they get on social media and complain and entertain and procreate with the very types of women of, as Cynthia G says, the dominant society, in which I wholeheartedly agree in what she's saying. I get it. I know what Cynthia G is saying. And trust me, I'm not placating to her. I'm not bigging her up. But as I said in the beginning parts of this video, you got to call a spade a spade. And the only reason I put a stamp on that is because I see it all day, every day. I'm in the South now. Many of y'all know I spent an extensive time in the islands back in Hawaii. And I've come here into not only the continent, the mainland, I've come back home to the South. Now I'm from Alabama, but I'm in a city in the South, a very up-and-coming city in the South. And I see this all, I've noticed this and have seen this as of late. Many of y'all know I've done videos. I've said I've seen brothers. Oh, gosh. My goodness. I've seen brothers on the passenger side, seat kicked back. And who I see in the driver's seat. And let me just say this. I love my women with curves, classy, no tattoos, sophisticated, act like she done been somewhere before. I love that. A skinny mini really don't do nothing for me, for painless. But when I see a brother on the passenger side of a Ford Taurus, this brother's probably about 5'10", 5'11", about 175 pounds. And I look who's driving, and I see a Hispanic or a Caucasian woman who's probably about 5'9", 245 pounds, toting him around. You know, y'all, and let me just say this. I just said I enjoy women of a thicker persuasion. I need something to hold on to. That's my preference. That's what I like. That's what I love. You hear me? But when I see things like that, and it becomes so abundant, it becomes so, I see it everywhere. Everywhere. I see it. I say, man, damn. This is what Cynthia G is talking about. This is what she is talking about. Now, well, Painless, where you going with this? Well, this is where I'm going to take you. If you have so much qualm, and you could go and Google Darius Leonard's. I mean, it was on his IG, but I'm pretty sure it's viral. If you have so much issue with white folks and the white man, and you sitting there, I think they went to what restaurant they? Oh, Chipotle. If you have that much, and keep in mind, and what Cynthia G said, she said the dude Darius Leonard, who's now a professional, very good player out of the University of South Carolina, very good player, very defensive player. I think he's a DN or a linebacker. I think he's a DN, defensive end. Very good player, starter, tore it up, rookie year. If you have that much problem, till you can't go out in Chipotle in your own state. He was in his own state. The girl and him, his wife was baby mama, whoever, was there in that establishment eating. And you can't get no love in your own state as a professional, went to the University of South Carolina, and you can't get no love in that state. You can't step out with your old lady, your baby mom, your things like that, and you can't chill and expect good service. You know what? I say to black folks, like I've always said, if it's so bad like that, then you need to make some moves. But then again, I know this brother is young. He looks like a man, but his mind is feeble. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the life experience. He's got money, great. He's got a family, great. Props. But to get online and make those comments when you are marrying and having children with women, as in Cynthia G says, of the dominant society, maybe you should just shut up. And I've talked about all this social media clout chasing and folks that's doing the most, being extra. That's out. That stuff is out. That is out. I mean, like for me, like I just said a couple moments ago, I prefer a woman of my persuasion because I think that we'll have more in common. But I will never clown. I got a cousin in Germany, married a German woman, got German, half black, biracial kids, and he doesn't want to leave from over there. And he's as black as this goddamn screen you looking at. That's my cousin. That's my blood. I'll die for him. And if that's what he want to do, then so be it. But keep this in mind. All you fools out here with, that's why I don't speak too much. Because I've slept with a lot of Hispanic women, Caucasian women, Asian women. Shit, I was in Hawaii. I had my fair share of Asian women. But you know what? It is what it is. Stop you get into these relationship with non-black women, and yeah. Basically, what do you expect? That's what I'm saying. Now, brother, you in Darius Leonard, you in South Carolina. It's an abundance of black women. I don't know the quality of black women, but you there, you decided to deal with a Caucasian woman, which is perfectly fine. No issues on that. But brother, don't sit and complain when you know there's others out there that don't appreciate or accept that. You should know what comes with that. Don't get up. Basically, this is a social media. Like, stop putting your business on social media. You know what comes with those types of relationships, especially in South Carolina. You know that shit. What did you expect? What did you expect? Huh? That's my only issue. You brothers, you deal with these women that ain't black. And you wonder why you can't go to Thanksgiving. You can't go to Christmas. You're arguing with your lady in what her family said about you, being the color hue you are. You put yourself, and that's why, all these superstars, these guys that are taller than I am. I'm talking about 6'5" and up, 6'6" and up. Big muscles, can run fast, but these dudes, they're feeble-minded. They're feeble-minded. I'm just saying, if you're going to deal with in an interracial relationship, be comfortable. Get to know that family before you put that ring on. You don't want to be in a position where you go to the family. You don't want to be in a position to where you go to what the Mexicans call it when they turn 15, 16. Some of my Mexican brothers and sisters, correct me if I'm wrong. Quinceañera. You don't want to show up to the quinceañera and everybody's looking at your ass like, who the hell is this freaking guy or mayate or some shit like that. You want to get to know before you put that ring on. Even you women out here, even you black women out here swirling, you need to get to know their families before you put that ring on, even entertain any type, because any type of serious relationship in terms of a long-term relationship, especially engagement and marriage, you want to investigate. You want to put that woman in a stress position. And a stress position is putting her in front of her close friends and family. That's how you stress positions where she can't really fake the funk like she do when you guys is out at Chipotle or Cheesecake Factory or P.F. motherfucking Chang's. You need to put her in a stress position, a stressful environment, to where she can't really cut up. She gotta be on her P's and Q's. She gotta be on her motherfucking toes. And that's what I'm talking about. I need that stress. I need to see how you gonna react when I put you in this position. Yeah, those positions. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I just want to talk about that. You go, and I ain't promoting Cynthia G, but like I said, spade is a spade, and me, I'm a straight shooter. Painless is a straight shooter. I'm like this in real life. I'm like this into your face, and if you don't like it, it is what it is. I mean, but I just wanted to drop this video. I appreciate all you guys' comments, girls' comments, women's comments. Keep it coming. Painless is back. He's going to keep creating more content and make this more intriguing. And that's it. I'm out. Peace.